So his couple interview. Honestly, he looks very bad in this interview. Better for him training more and do less interview. It's look like somebody in the house control him and tell him what to say in the interview. He look very bad in the interview. Honestly.
I don't know if his wife is running him and telling him to say certain things, but then even him talking about like cleaning out gutters and like having stuff in his fingers and how like he was just like it was just grossed him. I'm like, bro, you're coming to fight in Philly, one of the most blue collar cities in America, and you're talking about bitching because you got your glove broke and you had like leaf grime in your nail. So yeah, I could see why it rubbed people the wrong way. I didn't like it. And then talking about crying with the Disney movies and stuff like that, I'm like, bro, just keep that to yourself. Like,
The general consensus that I've seen from all these topics, aside from fighting that we're talking about, that comes out with Ian Machado Garry, if you took all the comments and asked AI, give me the premise of what everyone's saying, they would say, can anyone be less likable? And that's where he's at. People are just like struggling to find a way to like him. You don't want to become the champion that nobody likes. And people have gimmicks and his Kobe Covingtons and stuff, and they want to watch you lose, but they just don't like the guy. They don't like what comes out of his mouth. You got to veer away from that, man. Find another angle, because this angle that he's going down, he's always been borderline with a lot of people. You love him or you hate him, because he spoke very passionately. But since then, he's divoted. He's taken another road. It's not the right one. You got to go left. You went right, and he's just going too far down.
The shit that he says every time he opens his mouth, it just makes me embarrassed to be in the same pool as him, in the same room, I'm like, what is this guy talking about? He just recently came out saying how women should run the world. I mean, just because a woman runs his world, it doesn't mean that we should all have a woman running our world. Obviously, he married a lady that her career was marrying an athlete, and she would have done it if it wasn't for Ian Garry. She would have married a different athlete, and now she runs his world. He's been successful, however, so I can't really say nothing about that, but it is kind of dumb, the things that he's saying in these podcasts, and he's getting a platform and following, but I just can't seem to understand who are these people that are following him and liking what he says, because to me, that's just plain stupid.
I just, you know what, mate? I'm not a hateful guy. I don't hate Ian Garry, but I just think every time that guy speaks, he just absolutely tarnishes his brand, his image, just like by what he's talking about. Now, look, I'm a guy for the power of the women. Do you know what I mean? I have 4 girls and me missus and stuff like that. Power for women, of course. Like, we love that, but it's just the things he says. It's just like, and it's always like he's trying to buy love and buy. Like, if he was a bit more like me, mate, people would love him because he's obviously a great fighter. But the one thing as well is people can see and know a fake guy, and he's got fake written all over him. For me, he has anyway.
Rip is easily the greatest character on television, period. Rip will kill a man for crossing him. He'll kill a man in a street fight, he'll take him to the train station and put a bullet in his head. Now, he will do it with honor and he will do it for his own code of ethics, but he'll kill you nonetheless. He's gonna have for supper. And he won't decide what he's gonna watch on TV, because when he goes home, he's a simp. And it doesn't work. It's a miss, and it's always been a miss. And I never knew where that came from. I never knew where this guy that rules men gets bossed around by his wife, gets cheated on by his wife, does nothing about it. It is a direct contradiction with the character. I don't think any of you would disagree with me that Rip is the coolest character on TV. And I'm just going to remind you that Rip is the same character that Ian Garry is. Ian Garry will walk in the bunkhouse and whip everybody's ass too. There's not a man out there Ian Garry won't step up to. There's a woman out there, though, that he won't say boo to. I don't know that that's a contradiction. I don't share an opinion with you. And I'm not so demasculized that I'm going to tell you that's going to work with me. I'll do a lot of things in this world. I'm not going to be told what to do by my wife. I'm sharing with you, right? You run your house how you want it. I run my house.
I'm not going to dig on him in his relationship or anything he does. I just don't think it should ever be even. Okay, someone's got to take the hierarchy and do this, but they help each other. What I mean by that is that one relies on the other to do the work while the other one's doing this. And it goes vice versa, okay?
There's two roles, but you can play whichever role you want,
Exactly.
right? Like,
my grandfather always said this. Now, obviously, that he's passed and moved on, but he always said that I will listen to my wife's opinion, but ultimately I will make the decision. Now, however you guys want to decide that in your house, if your wife is the breadwinner and you want to give her the ultimate decision over you, then okay, that is on you. But it always kind of came down to there needs to be one person that makes the decision for the family if you guys cannot agree on it. And so there's not like, hey, and it's funny because Big John McCarthy also says this. My wife and I have a 98-2 rule. You know what 98% is? 98% of the time my wife gets what she wants. 2% I tell her, no, it ain't fucking happening.
that's fair.
That's fair, right?
That's fair.
I have, and this is the genuine truth, I have absolutely no idea about any of the things you're talking about. I have been switched off and disconnected from social media for a very long time. I use it with purpose to go on and run my social media. I spend very little time on it, but I know it matters to my fans, the people that care about me. But I am and I have been so focused on this fight, my friend. I have been the most professional I've ever been. I have been absolutely locked in because this camp for me hasn't been about trying to beat Islam Makhachev and beat the champion. It's about Ian Machado Garry becoming the champion of the world.
He might act like he is immune to it, but we've seen Ian Machado Garry before, I think, turn off his social media, right? Turn off comments. He's done that before. So obviously it does affect him. He does read it. He does get wind. Even if he has it turned off, his people have got to be telling him, oh, yeah, people are talking about your shit. Don't go look at it right now. It does affect him.
I don't know, man. This guy say a lot of crazy shit. He'd say he's gonna bounce his head on the wall. He's gonna finish him after 4 rounds. This dude talking about finishing people. This guy lost 11 fights. He have 9 decisions. Islam lost 11 fights, have 8 finishes. This guy, the only thing he finishes, I'm gonna keep it at that.
Hey, it's a family show, Ali. It's family show.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I want to know. I want to know what he finishes, Ali.
Of course you do.
Coca-Cola.
No.
Listen, I don't know, man. This guy, listen. They are complete opposites. One guy said the woman should run the world. The wife is the household of the woman, and you got a guy from Dagestan. You don't even see their wives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And you know what?
You know it's bad when somehow Islam became the likable Midwest guy that's relatable in this matchup. Like, oh yeah, Islam Makhachev. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the guy that's always out like hunting and fishing and then riding horses in the country. Like that's where we're at right now. And Islam is that guy. He is very likable about those things, but Machado's so on the other side of the spectrum that it's turning fans off.
Like in the lead up to Ian Garry's championship opportunity, instead of discussing whatever noise he's making in like a competitive sense, like, oh, he's training really hard, we're seeing some new footage in this camp, it's it's him going on a podcast and just saying some of the, I don't want to say worst shit because I feel so much of it gets taken out of context and people take the piss out of Ian Garry too frequently. But like, I am sitting here listening to some of those clips and I'm just like, why would he say that?
If the world was run by women, we'd all live in a better world. If we just listened to them and let them take over, it would be an easier world. And he's just coming out with this stuff. I think Ian Garry's lost the fellas. Okay, we're going to listen to it in his own words. I think he's lost the support of the lads. Okay? I think he really has over the past few years, just based on how fucking annoying he is to listen to as a person. And how just merely listening to him feels like a fucking punishment. It really does. So I think he's just sort of like branching out and trying to cling to another fan base that may rally behind him against Islam Makhachev.
I don't know why he said that. Like, there's such a weird take.
Because his girl runs his life. That's why.
Well, what about
That's the only thing that makes sense. I'm like, how? Like, what made you come to that conclusion based on your life experiences? Is that really what you believe?
It's crazy.
I'm like, you think girls should run the world? I do not. But
there's the clip right there. Honestly,
they can have a seat at the table.
That should be the 5-second clip right there. That's it. Just
females can have a seat at the table, but they should not be the ones running the world.
You know, I once said this about Ian, who is a fantastic fighter, and I do enjoy talking to him, just to be clear. But Ali used to say things like, I am the greatest, I am the fastest, you know? But Ian's the kind of guy to be like, I am the greatest and I am the fastest because actually what I do is this and I do is that. And it just like so overly performs and talks about it that it really just kind of hurts himself. He just comes across as very performative at all times. And that's not even to say about the external dramas that seems to always surround him, you know?
Look, man, I know a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Ian Garry. I think at times, I saw a tweet recently that said, when you want to punish someone, they should have to listen to Ian Garry for X amount of years. I don't agree with that. I don't think Ian Garry is that annoying human being on the planet. I think Ian Garry is a very confident young man.
I do believe, maybe not criminally, but he really has been underappreciated by every pocket of this fan base that would rather focus on his wife and other things. Now, I could sit here and take that side too and say to you guys in a moment of veracity that he's the only fighter to come into a fighter meeting and sit with his ass on the fucking table and hold court, right? He's also maybe the only fighter whose time has expired and who is like, no, I'm staying, we're still going. You know what I mean? But I absolutely love him. And when I look at his legacy on paper, the loss to Shavkat Rakhmonov was wicked competitive. He's 17-1. He's put in all the right work. He's aligned with Diego Lima and Charles Oliveira, right? I've said I want to grow my hair blonde and join those guys, you know? I mean, I just feel like he's done so many things right and everybody focuses on maybe some things that he hasn't done well verbally, and that's it.
He's been getting pushed around and forced onto the fans and kind of shoved down the fan base throat. Hey guys, here, like Ian Garry because he's a Conor McGregor 2.0, which I never bought into it and I didn't think of him as being anything like that. But I mean, you know, to each of its own. We'll see what the future holds.
He's a Chinese version, knockoff version of Conor McGregor. He's not Conor McGregor. He doesn't fight like Conor McGregor. You like it or not, Conor was a bad dude at one point. He's one of the best fighters ever at one point. Let's be real. This guy, he runs. Conor fight. This dude doesn't even know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk, honestly. I speak better English than him. And his English is first language. Brother, Ian Garry has lost his balls. And he will lose everything August 15. Mark my word.
I'm picking Islam. You know, I think that he just has too many tools to win. He's just too strong, and his grappling is just going to be undeniable in that cage. He's going to take down that little cuck. The little cuck is going to be too busy worried about what his wife's doing with other men to worry about winning a world title. So, you know, I got my money on Islam. And hopefully one day, you know, he'll want to come over to RAF and get beat on the freestyle mat.